What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Chad from Game Review HQ, and today we're gonna take a step in the shoes of Hero and save Aladdin Rage in this new isometric free-to-play MMORPG, Eloa Online. This new game is brought to you by NPicSoft and published by WebZen. Will it pull you in? Is it worth the hundreds and hundreds of hours you'll pour into this thing? Well, let's break it down. The game's graphics are standard at best, kinda like what you would expect from any free-to-play game that's been released this year. The hair is just a bunch of stiff cables and boards bound together to form this. The environments aren't amazing, but they're not ugly either. Personally, I chose a mage just so we could see what the game has to offer in the rendering of the magic effects. Sad to say, I was feeling a bit frustrated with how the game looks. I've seen other games released the same year that looks way better than this. Even the style is all mixed up. You have semi-realism mixed with anime, mixed with dynamic light rendering and a little bit of cel shading. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't immerse you as well as other MMO titles. Again, I'm not saying it's ugly, I'm just saying it could be better. And what's up with those hands? Why are those hands so big? Everything's off proportion. What's up with those hands? A high five from this character would send you into a coma. In addition, this game has almost zero cutscenes. Talking to an NPC gets you a dialogue pop-up without any animation at all. Entering a new map or a new dungeon treats you to a really amazing AAA helicopter shot of... well, who am I kidding? This isn't even up to par with all the other games that came out the same year. Hell, I've seen games released even the earlier year that look better. If you're coming to Eloa for the graphics, turn tail and look elsewhere because this game is not gonna satisfy. As for the sound, again you got standard stuff, bordering on below standard actually. The sound in this game isn't really satisfying. The music is bland, the loops are unimpressive, the monster sound effects get reused from time to time, and to be honest, it's just a lackluster cacophony of pre-generated sound samples that try to pass off as decent sound effects. The voice acting in this game is concentrated into the responses of the NPCs. There's no real conversation happening between you and them. There's no voice acting from your character either. It's just mandatory grunts and shouts and heaves that all other MMORPGs must have when lugging around their ginormous weapons. This game doesn't sound great, and so far the music doesn't really help. It's the same loops and fantasy world music that doesn't really offer anything new to hear. Eventually, the whole soundtrack and sound effects of the game just mushes together into one incoherent pile. Turn the volume down to make it more bearable. As for the gameplay, well, Eloa has very few elements that set it apart from the usual MMO. It's got a decent leveling system with a very doable level cap of 50. Like in all MMOs, the trick to quick leveling up is to do the quest so you could get the EXP rewards from the mobs you kill, as well as the massive EXP rewards at the end of the quests. Tutorials are offered as you play the game, so there's very little downtime. You can just hop into the game and go wild. Well, there's very little surprise to you in this game anyway. The quests are basically the same as any other MMO. Collecting this, delivering this, killing this, assassinations, raids, dungeons, and EXP farming. It's all in the same quest department as any other MMO out there. The classes are also the standard MMORPG classes. You have the knight type, a brawler type, there's a sniper type, a mage type, and a support type. However, there's a class that this race and gender lock primarily due to lore reasons. Yes, for some reason this game still thought it needed lore. Also, you'd be happy to know that the resource gathering and mob spawns aren't a problem in this game because there's plenty of monsters for everyone to kill. Kill stealing isn't an issue either, since two players that help each other murder a mob both get kill credit for the monsters that they just slain. There's a title system too. Titles can be gained by completing title quests like killing a certain number of enemies, buying stuff with real money, collecting a certain number of items, or completing a certain group of quests. These titles let you have buffs such as increased HP, increased mana pool, and more EXP. If anything, the game's glaring feature is that it makes the walking and traveling in MMORPG so much easier. It introduces mounts early in the game, then it introduces the travel system where you just click wherever you want and go on the overlay map and off you go. No more holding down movement buttons. In a nutshell, Eloa isn't an amazing game. I'd probably rate it a 5 out of 10. It doesn't really offer anything new, but it's not such a huge disappointment either. I would definitely recommend trying it out for a more familiar feel, and it's also a good way to introduce players to the MMORPG. And that's it! This has been Chad from Game Review HQ. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and see you again in the next video. Goodbye!